Future of Payday 3 is coming, and sooner than you think. After a mostly negative start to the game, Starbreeze Studios, the Payday 3 people, have had live Q&As to keep us in the loop with all their server issues, but in these, they also leaked a bunch of things.
Noxpaw says you are cute, Andreas.
And that's why I'm here, to filter out all of these interesting points, because nobody has 7 hours to watch all of these. But in these 7 hours, they mentioned a lot about their plans, they mentioned about offline mode, and honestly, it's not great. But the most important question that was asked in this whole thing, and was answered 14 times, is Jacket coming to the game? And the answer, he's unaccounted for. I don't... Why 14? I mean, I'd be very shocked if he doesn't, because answering that 14 times kinda sus. I think we found our imposter. So, first of all, the next patch will be coming out on the 5th of October, and in that will include around 200 bug fixes and glitches. I mean, it will fix the glitches, not that there are 200 you know what I mean. This will not include any content whatsoever, just the bug fixes. And the ones that they mentioned are crash fixes, fixes for achievements, PS5 cosmetics based on the game like gold or silver, audio not working in cutscenes on PlayStation 5, aim assist on PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5 really got it rough here. Delay on the first time you interact with things like civilians, Xbox players' names disappearing, cage bags on Rock the Cradle falling through the dance floor. You know, sometimes you dance too hard. Rock the Cradle VIP badge not working on Overkill. Fix an issue with the guards not being traded during negotiation phase. Issues where failing the heist or succeeding the heist would not go to the end screen. Issues where you couldn't mark through certain windows. Issues where access denied would play even if the right NPC was there. AI crew not reviving people. God, this happened to me so many times. The bot's on saving me. Chains! Someone! The bots didn't save me! They just stood around me! It's okay, it's just a game, it's just a game. Fix stuttering movement on 100+ ping. And honestly, I don't think they should fix this, but an issue where Wolf would yell medic bag instead of whispering during stealth. And honestly, that is wonderful. They also leaked a new skill line that will be released after the next patch. This patch should also include some quality of life fixes and some bug fixes. So, what is this new skill line? It's called Transporter, and the things they leaked were carrying 2 bags, carrying 2 deployables, carrying 2 deployables with a slight penalty, carrying bodies more effectively, which means like, I guess picking up faster or carrying faster. And I wonder if they put the throwing bags further, because that'd be super nice. This should be out late October. So the next thing they mentioned a ton was the XP and the progression. They said that it would be a priority, and they said that we would hear about it in the near future. Some things they had to say about this was, future patch will see better communication for challenges, easier to understand. As of today, we're not currently working on any fundamental changes, but are taking it into consideration. They mentioned showing challenges at the end or recommending challenges as you go into the game. They want a stronger incentive on the challenges. As they said, yes, the challenge book needs more love, and they also want to fix the UI and UX to guide players better. There's also an issue at the moment where challenges aren't completing or they're being delayed in completing. They suggest closing the game and relaunching, but that has not worked for me. The idea of this system is to make people play the game in as many different ways as possible. For example, like weapons, heists, playstyles, difficulties, and gear. But in turn, the game favors loud more than it does stealth. There are a lot more challenges for doing stealth, and with loud, you obviously get the weapon kill challenges as well, because there's, you know, a lot more enemies. People mentioned about XP from finishing heists. They said they would consider it, but they don't want to make a change soon. They want to wait for the feedback, because they said they want to make an informed decision and don't want to make a knee-jerk reaction, and reacting quick can have a negative effect on the game long term. They also said that they don't want to add another problem to fix a current problem. For example, if you receive infamy points from completing one heist, they don't want you to just spam that one shortest heist over and 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 over. They said it's possible that they could add more challenge, but as they stated before, they want to make sure that they're sure. But more stealth challenges could be an option. In the end, they said that we expected people to play one way, but they're not. They are going for kill rooms, they're sitting in that little room, shooting their little guns. They didn't say any of this, I'm just... And they said they really hate everybody who does... No, I'm kidding. They said that the level is supposed to be based on the challenges to show how much of the game you've experienced. So 80 to 100 means you can adapt to most situations. They wanted loud players to play stealth and vice versa, and they said that levels should be based off of knowledge. But there's a bunch of issues, like people are getting stuck on levels if they don't want to play loud if they're already playing stealth. The challenges are really not easy to find. Like my dad finding milk? Sometimes it's hard to know if you even did the right thing for a challenge because there's no progress bar. It just says if you did it or not. When talking about this, I think it's important to hear how they review feedback. Community is their first thing, where they look online, forums, Reddit, my YouTube channel, streamers, etc. Their second is analytics, so their backend stats, like how long have people been playing, their levels, weapon-specific kills, how often they complete heists. And then their third is internal. What do they think is a good fit? What do they know? Where do they want to take the game? And then they want to use all of these to make an informed decision about what they should do. Other things they confirmed. Payday 3 music will be released on streaming platforms. Unreal 5 will be during year 1, which is pretty cool. I'm excited for that. Twitch drops have been confirmed to be available at some point in the future. Plans on adding more difficulty in the future. They said that we don't want to have one-shot kill because the game is death by 1,000 cuts, so they want to balance it around that. They said if they add one, they want to make it meaningful because they generally said for Payday 2, you just pick one and stick with it. Because there was like 6 in that, and honestly, I could never tell the difference. When it comes to the modding, they're currently working on a modding policy. More heists and content will be coming out this year. They're working on Steam trading cards. All maps moving forward will be hybrid, so that means you could go in stealth or loud. And they want to balance payout because there's little difference between 1 bag and 8 bags on certain maps. Some other interesting points are we are currently not working on an offline mode. This is not a priority, but it's not ruled out. They want to focus on matchmaking as much as possible over offline mode. They said that if they could push a button and offline would be implemented and work perfectly, they would do it. But it requires work, so they would rather just fix the servers. They also mentioned they're currently not working on a battle pass, which some people might be happy with, but I don't know. I think battle passes add replayability sometimes. They'll be adding more to your arsenal as the game continues, more masks, more playable characters, but none have been confirmed. No, jacket has not been confirmed. They talk about randomization and heists in general. They said, we agree with you, we hear you. We do believe that there is more room for randomization in levels. They also mentioned that one of their goals for year 1 generally is to reinforce randomization in heists. They talked about remastering old maps. They said it was a good opportunity, and it is a possibility, but if they do it, they would be reimagined maps, not just copy and pasted. In an interview with Ice-T, he mentioned that they were planning on a DLC with Mac heists, or even a whole Mac DLC. They also somewhat joked, but also somewhat serious about Mac being a possible playable character and adding weapons, but none of these were confirmed. Also in the same interview, they possibly mentioned a live-action web series or movie about Payday, including Ice-T possibly. But I think it's important to note that they want Payday 3 to last a decade, if not more. So they want to keep updating the game as much as possible, and they seem to be pretty in touch with their community. So hopefully, you know, it all goes well. But that is everything that I got from these 7 hours. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this was short enough that you just like, you know, that was you taking a bite. I don't. Thank you so much for watching, and I want to make more Payday content, so stick around if you want to be part of this mess. I don't know.